and I am here to present Ash Shaw. But first a quick reminder, or two quick reminders. One of them, you should pass by our sponsors' booths along the day or tomorrow. Remember that lunch will be served after 12:15, and the majority of the food will be there. Just a heads up for all of you. And the second note, this is an event that is made possible by a team of organizers and volunteers. Please, if you have the ability to do so, help them and thank them, because this is all volunteering event. And now, let's welcome Ash Shaw. Ash is the founder and CEO of Lightspeed, a WordPress design and development agency established in 2003. Over 20 years of experience in WordPress, WooCommerce, and open source development. Outside of work, Ash maintains peak performance through daily exercises, healthy eating, and structured rests. That means he takes a lot of naps. And besides that, he is a cycling guy. 7,000 kilometers, usually throughout the world, and especially in Thailand. Well, that's a feature. And now, for this event, Ash brings the future-focused approach to WordPress workflows, demonstrating how design systems, automation, and scalable planning can transform how agencies and developers build for WordPress. Give it up for Ash, everyone.
Greetings, everyone. Yeah, he stole my opening lines. So I'm Ash Shaw, passionate WordPress contributor, and over the past 20 years, I've guided hundreds of WordPress projects. We've all had projects where the final site didn't match clients' expectations. That's where a design system combined with interactive prototype changes the game by making everything explicit before development begins. In the session today, you'll learn about how content-first design approach can accelerate your WordPress block theme projects. We will explore the benefits of real content to create smarter layouts, how to align your design system with WordPress block themes, how to interactive prototypes improve feedback, and how to effectively hand off to developers. As a result, designers, developers, and clients stay aligned, handoffs are seamless, and post-launch fixes are reduced. Before we get into the mechanics, let's talk about why a design system is vital and how it improves the development workflow. A design system is more than a style guide. It's a collection of design principles, components, and standards that drives a consistent digital experience. It defines a shared vocabulary, ensuring every decision follows the same rules. Bridging is the act of aligning that system with development practices. When your Figma file setup maps to WordPress theme.json and block template structures, implementation becomes predictable and exact. Here are the key benefits of using a design system. When your design tokens feed directly into theme.json, both the design and the live site use the exact same styles, eliminating drift in typography, color, and spacing. This unified approach reduces visual bugs and simplifies QA. Upfront guidelines help teams spend less time on revisions and more time delivering features. Projects that once took weeks can now move at a faster pace, freeing up capacity for innovation. Interactive prototypes give stakeholders and team members a real reference. Conversations focus on content and features. Tweak a single variable and the change ripples everywhere, simplifying maintenance and scaling. Now that we understand why a good design system is vital, let's talk about what we are designing. That's where a content-first design approach comes in. Great websites don't start with layouts. They start with the story they need to tell. Benefits of a content-first design. Real content ensures accurate sizing, spacing, and typography. Defined key pages and calls to action shape site navigation and internal links. Approved content up front means less rework. Stakeholders provide clearer, concrete feedback. By adopting content-first design, you set the stage for a smoother, more successful website build. A shared project folder keeps all your project assets up to date in one central place. Real content, style tokens, page guidelines, and clear examples. At Lightspeed, we use Google Drive and Google Docs as a single source of truth. You may like to use something else, whatever works for you. Stakeholders review and comment directly, providing focused and clear feedback. When content design and development requirements change, updating these central docs ensures everyone stays informed and aligned. This shared folder simplifies onboarding new team members. We've seen why real words and images shape smarter layouts. Now we need a systematic way to gather that material and spot any content or design gaps. That brings us to the discovery phase, where content and design audits put facts on the table before pixels on the screen. But first, how do we organize everything we gather and generate? Keeping solid documentation is vital. It serves as a reference point for all initial and subsequent design and development requirements, which are accessible by stakeholders. To help us systematically gather and organize this information, we use what we call a discovery toolkit, which includes questionnaires for both client and for internal use. We send a questionnaire with questions designed to extract information for the design process. From these answers, we extract the goal or objective of a website. This toolkit provides us essential information needed to inform content and design audits. We start by taking insights gathered from the discovery toolkit and turning them into clear, actionable design values. First, we review the client's goals, tone of voice, and content strategy. Then we use our AI-assisted framework to speed up the creative process. For example, we feed structured client responses into our AI tools to generate tailored design recommendations like typographic scales or color palettes that match their brand personality. Our team then reviews, refines, and tests these AI-generated suggestions before integrating them into the final design. Whether creating something new or improving an existing site, this approach ensures the design choices we make are purposeful, aligned, and ready for growth. After turning insights into design values, we conduct a content audit to systematically review any existing website content, which involves auditing what you have, defining the strategy, mapping navigation and structure, filling the gaps. Collecting, tagging, and gap filling at this stage ensures designers start with real material to work with from day one. After the content audit, a design audit systematically reviews any existing website or design material. This includes evaluating typography, color, spacing, component layouts, and user flows. This design audit uncovers the strengths and areas for improvement, aligning the team's expectation and revealing critical gaps before design work starts. For instance, low contrast text can hamper readability, and inconsistent button styles can confuse users. After the design audit, we move from identifying pain points to creating polished solutions. For African Safaris Limited, a travel website with a main audience aged 50 to 65, the audit identified a small body font, low contrast text, and inconsistent call to action buttons. Uncovering these issues early meant we needed to increase the body font size, improve site-wide contrast, and create standard prominent buttons. This established a shared visual baseline, ensuring all stakeholders understood the problems and solutions. As we build the design system, we start defining its core elements: tokens, naming conventions, and foundational rules. First up are design tokens, or variables in Figma. These tokens cover colors, font sizes, spacing, and other basics, serving as a blueprint for visual choices. In Figma, we recommend grouping tokens into clear collections: foundation colors, typography, spacing, layouts. Organizing tokens like this makes them easy to find. It also lets you use modes, a Figma feature, to switch properties effortlessly. For instance, toggling between light and dark modes for color, or desktop and mobile layouts for typography and spacing. Organize your Figma file to match the hierarchy of a WordPress block theme. This helps design elements map clearly to your WordPress site editor and theme.json. Begin by creating small reusable components like buttons, links, and headings. From there, build these into patterns and template parts, which then are used to assemble templates and full-page layouts. This mirrors WordPress's own structure, giving developers a familiar setup to follow. It also means design adjustments only need to happen once on the component, not everywhere it appears. Developers can easily locate and implement these clearly organized assets as blocks. Think about accessibility right from the start. Use Figma plugins like Stark to check color contrasts and ensure your designs meet WCAG AA standards. Make sure your spacing, padding, and line height tokens provide enough white space for easy reading. Always check your designs at 100% zoom in Figma to confirm that font sizes display accurately. Doing these checks early saves having to fix things later. By the end of this phase, your design system will have a clear set of tokens and strong naming conventions, responsive guidelines, and built-in accessibility. These foundations make development smoother and ensure a consistent user experience. This structuring and setup relies heavily on close collaboration between designers and developers. For faster, proven design process, use the free LSX Design UI Kit available on the Figma Community Hub. It's a ready-made foundation aligned specifically to WordPress with preset variables and essential block components. This helps you skip through the initial setup of your Figma file and quickly customize designs to fit your block theme project. Combine this UI kit with your shared folder and insights from content and design audits, and you have a clear, reliable blueprint for building any WordPress block theme design system. Benefits of interactive prototypes. Enhanced collaboration as designers and developers share a common language. When a pattern changes, both teams know exactly where to update in Figma and in WordPress. Accelerated workflows as a well-structured Figma file eliminates back and forth. Developers and site builders spend less time deciphering mockups and more time building. Improved quality as consistency in naming and structure means fewer errors. Components behave as expected because they were designed with WordPress core block behaviors in mind. By matching the Figma library to your WordPress block theme structure, design and code stay perfectly in sync, which reduces revisions and speeds up delivery. Designers work with core block limits and flag any custom block needs early, keeping scope and budgets steady. A clickable prototype then gathers clear client feedback and locks in approval before any building begins. To gather targeted, informed comments, share interactive prototypes. This allows stakeholders to experience the design and provide specific feedback on flows, interactions, and real content. Instead of general opinions, you'll receive actionable comments. This makes the feedback process more efficient and ensures everyone is aligned before the development begins. The benefits of this feedback loop: clearer understanding. Interactive prototypes let clients visualize the site behavior and flow, ensuring precise, actionable feedback. Developers can clearly understand how experiences should look and feel, removing the guesswork. Contextual feedback. In prototype comments and direct design feedback reduce miscommunication, ensuring change requests accurately reference specific elements, fewer surprises. Early validation through realistic high-fidelity prototypes significantly reduces post-launch fixes and last-minute revisions. Faster iteration. Design and prototype directly in Figma. Quickly preview, share, and gather immediate feedback, speeding up iterations and ensuring alignment. Feedback collected during these prototype loops can then be integrated back into your design system, improving the final WordPress implementation. The prototype becomes the blueprint for development. Interactive prototypes clearly communicate the intended experience, giving developers a complete visual understanding of design interactions, flows, and behaviors. By bridging the gap between design and development early, we remove the guesswork and ensure everyone's aligned. This clarity sets up a smooth handoff, helping developers build confidently. A smooth handoff starts with a clear, consistent system. Tokens are your foundation. Typography, colors, spacing, and more are defined once as reusable tokens, each named to match the theme.json and WordPress block standards. Developers simply copy, not interpret. Figma Dev Mode for specs. Dev Mode lets your team inspect exact measurements, styles, and interactions directly from approved designs. No guesswork and extra documentation needed. Annotations and linked notes, custom behaviors or conditional logic, link them directly to prototype frames. These notes live alongside the UI, so developers always have the right context. Now, this is something I actually didn't understand before this talk, annotations. It's really interesting in Figma. You can actually categorize the annotations, attach them to a specific element, and include information about, for example, accessibility for that element, so your developers have more context. I think it might actually be a new feature. It's new to me, at least. Otherwise, comments also work really well. The result, a WordPress site that mirrors the prototype, built faster with fewer errors, and complete stakeholder alignment. I moved a little bit faster than expected, but to wrap up on some key principles to carry forward in your next WordPress project. Adopt a content-first mindset. Design with real or realistic content early. This approach ensures layouts meet actual user needs, preventing mismatches and late-stage changes. What we do at my company is we don't only ask for a 50% deposit. That's required, and we won't start the project unless we have content, or we generate the content for the client. Because without that content, you can't really build a real experience. Build a strong design system. Treat your Figma library as a single source of truth. Clearly define tokens, components, and patterns. Ensure consistency, remove ambiguity, and speed up delivery. Document continuously. Maintain living documentation. Guidelines, content specs, and project requirements. A well-documented process keeps everyone aligned and informed throughout the project. Prototype to validate, not just illustrate. Interactive prototypes transform static designs into testable experiences. Early validation highlights usability or interaction issues before development, reducing rework. Now, this is something the talk helped me hone in on, and we were using prototypes, but now going forward, we're going to use prototypes for everything. Just picture if you had a bunch of templates that weren't necessarily a full website. How do you present that to your clients and make it easy for them to navigate? Well, I learned this tip from Best Practices on the Figma site, which is a great resource for learning. Create a table of contents with a set of instructions, and that'll be the first screen that the client sees. Then when they click through to any of the links in the table of contents, there's a kind of like a button in the bottom right we've done that it's almost a little bit transparent. You don't want it to be part of the UI necessarily, but they can click back to that table of contents. That's been really useful. Bridge design and development early. Structure your tokens and Figma files to match WordPress standards from day one. Clear alignment smooths handoffs and ensures final builds match approved designs. This is something we're working on to expand. So for this talk, I decided to apply ourselves to really improving our design system and building in more variables that relate to the theme JSON. Before we had quite a few, but we expanded it by about 100 variables. And my goal is to expand the variables further to align with components and then tap into building a Figma plugin to export that as JSON. And hopefully I can figure it all out and even export it straight to theme.json. There was a VIP WordPress.com plugin available, but things have moved along quite fast, and I think it probably needs to be refactored. So that's my next goal. So I recommend using AI and automation strategically. Automate tasks like generating colors and typography from client feedback, allowing you to focus on higher value design challenges while improving consistency and efficiency. Thank you all so much for joining today. before we wrap up, I'd like to extend an open invitation not to just explore, but to collaborate. Check our free open source Figma UI kit at lsx.design. It's aligned specifically with WordPress block themes and built to help designers and developers move faster with fewer headaches. It's the idea of underscores, which was a starter theme for classic WordPress themes, was a 1,000-hour head start. This is about a 200-hour head start. If you spot any friction or opportunities to improve, let us know. Your comments, suggestions, and insights help this design system evolve, keeping it valuable for everyone. A great design system is about collaboration as much as it is about technical excellence. Make it yours, make it better, make it available. Together, let's refine how we design and build WordPress websites. Want to dive deeper? Visit lightspeedwp.agency for detailed case studies about our design system approach. I'll be at the WordCamp Cafe upstairs right after the Q&A session. Come say hello, ask any questions about design systems, and grab a limited edition South African Wapu sticker. Wapengu, Kapu, and Safapu. First come, first served. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks. Shaw, thank you. Amazing talk.
Thanks, bro.
We have only time for a very quick question. Does anyone wants to take the place there? So I will run to there. Okay. Okay.
You talked. Nope, 1, 2. Hi there. You talked about keeping your design system documents in a Google Docs. Have you any experience in putting them in other places or building their own sort of sites for larger organizations such as ours, where they want to have a bit more of an interactive space and they want to be able to use and see those block components? I wondered if you had any insight.
So Storybook, from what I understand, is a good solution for that. We haven't had the need for that yet because we've been focusing on existing WordPress core blocks. So we have a tour operator plugin, which is an open source plugin. My goal is to link those blocks to Storybook. It's one of my next steps. So I would recommend that. The Figma integrations page has some great links. They will link you to more information about how to use Storybook. And there's one other system, I can't remember the name right now, that would be good for documentation. We don't need anything more advanced right now, so that's why we're using Google Docs. But wherever your docs might sit, they are crucial to your project. So hopefully that helps in some respect.
Thanks. Ash, show everyone.
Cool.
Ash,
yeah, there we go.
a picture of you.
Thanks,
taking the
Howard.
present.
Cool.
Okay.
Thanks, buddy. I
Thanks.
appreciate it.